Hey everybody, and welcome back. Sorry, it's been a while since my last video, but this is going to be the Tech Talks with Mr. Korb, or Mr. Korb's Tech Tips, Tech Tools with Mr. Korb, whatever you want to call it. Basically, I'm just going to talk about some EdTech technologies that are out there. I'm going to talk about some websites that you can go to, give you some tutorials if you haven't seen some of my other videos in the playlist. Check those out. I have Edpuzzle on there. I have Google Classroom. So a lot of these newer technologies or newer websites that are out there, I'm trying to do a little bit of an intro to it, and plus sort of a tutorial to walk you through how to actually start setting it up. So why don't we talk about this website right now? We're going to talk about a really, really neat website. I just picked it up at a conference I was at. This is called BlendSpace by TES or TES. And what this site actually does is make digital lesson plans a reality for not only you but for your students. Oftentimes what we find ourselves doing is either giving our students a document or a Google Doc that we've listed out all the links that they need to do. They have to go to this website to do a quiz. They have to go to this website to watch a video. They have to go to here, type in this document, reply back, all this stuff. So what BlendSpace does is pull all this stuff together. The tagline here is create digital lessons in 5 minutes, and that's true. I mean, you could even do it in less. I just had my students do this in class the other day, and they had a blast just messing around with this stuff and creating just these digital lesson plans from start to finish. So it's very sequential based, and you'll be able to see some as we go through. So why don't we just start talking about some of these concepts here, and hopefully you learn something. All right. So BlendSpace, you can actually type in blendspace.com, but if you notice the URL up here, it's www.tes.com/lessons, and that's primarily what we're doing here. But this could also be used for like online portfolios, right? So anything that we need links for, you'll see the interface in a minute, and it's really, really easy to use. So let's just give a brief little tour. So main page, the main launch page here, it shows you the goal: create, engage, assess. So you're bringing all these ideas into one, differentiation, flipping the classroom, all these things are just great ways to incorporate this into the classroom. And it engages students in a whole nother level and allows you to spend less time organizing and more time teaching and learning. So let's go ahead. If you go to sign up, you can sign up pretty easily. You can join. It's all for free, so you don't have to pay anything. Great plus for a lot of people. I know for me. So you can join for free if you're a Google Apps for Educators school. This made it really easy for my students to sign up. They can register with Google, and I actually give them a class code where they can join our class and do everything through our classroom. But they can create their own individual accounts and blend spaces without actually being in your classroom too. So you can register with Google. What I'm going to do is I'm going to back out. I'm going to go and log in with my account, and you can see some of the projects we've been working on. And I'm just going to walk you through just some of the basic features. And then what I'll do is I'll throw on another video in a little bit to talk about how to actually start creating these lessons and bringing in different content. So you'll see some of my recent lessons here. So we did a mock one the other day all about cats, and you'll see that more in the next video. But this was one assignment where we were working on the power of influential statistics, and if you're not in math, that's okay. It's pretty cool. But let's back out real quick. Let's go to the dashboard. So this is your dashboard once you log in. You can create new lessons, you can join classes, and your students basically see the same thing, other than they won't see my classes per se, and they won't be able to join a class without this code. So you can see these codes here where they can join, and they can come in on the class. So if I would go to lessons, I can see all the lessons that I have. Classes, you can see the classes that you're enrolled in, also the classes that you're actually teaching. And then gallery is just really anybody's blend space that's made public. Anybody and everybody can see it. So you can see some of these featured lessons down here, the view count on these, and those could be your lessons potentially, right? All right. So let's pop into one of these. So powerful and influential statistics. I want to open this up. And it's just a drag and drop method, right? So if I go over here, I can actually search YouTube, Google, I can search Flickr, so if you don't want copyrighted images or you don't have to worry about students going out to Google and finding copyrights and bringing them in, don't have to worry about any of that. Flickr is copyright free. Guru, you can bring in web pages, you can actually upload media, upload files. If you're working with Dropbox, you can actually bring Dropbox items in And you can bring Google Drive items in as well. So directly from your Google Drive, once you hook it up, you have to do that in your settings, but you can bring in Google Documents right into your Blend Space. So here's what the Blend Space looks like. You can actually do a couple different templates. In the templates, you can do like a little squares, you can do grids, bars. It just changes the format of this. So if you want a more vertical, linear path, you can do that. If you want a sort of a unique pathway, you can do this mosaic or trio, but they're still labeled, so the students know which to progress through. They can click on any one of these to get started, but they can progress through sort of at their own pace. So head back here to Square, and if you go up here to Themes, you can change the colors of these. If you want them colorful, go for it, whatever you really want. You can also link these to academic standards, so you can choose from the Common Core and bring in math. You can bring in ELA literacy from all these grades here and actually put them directly into and link any kind of resource that you're pulling in. So it's really cool to keep track of all the standards that you're touching. Let's go ahead and play this. So you're starting off with the introduction. It goes through a little information about the assignment. It brings in this concept of powerful statistics. So again, just this example. You keep clicking through and students get the same sort of thing. They can add comments. You can have discussions based right off of the comments on the page. And they can read articles that you can actually embed directly into. And it should be loading. There we go. So I embedded this article right here, so they don't have to leave Blend Space at all. They haven't left it. They can do all their work right here. And then they can see this. I've linked some Google Documents to it. So really, really cool and neat tool. So the comments feature is really nice too if you want to host a classroom discussion. And really good, just really good ideas. You can add likes, whatever you want. And then the last feature I'd like to show you is, first of all, I'm the only one working on the Blend Space right now. So there aren't any others working on it. So if I wanted to collaborate, I can go to the share button. So share has a couple different features. Now I'm a teacher, so I can share this out. Facebook, QR code, Twitter. I actually tweeted this one out the other day. You can actually have the lesson link where it's just a static web page. So the students go there, they see the Blend Space. They can't really edit it at all unless you set the editing rights up like that. But you can share it via a link. You can also go to privacy. Privacy, so who can view this lesson? Only me, anybody with the link, and my students. So if you share it with your students, they can see it no problem. Which resources can be copied from this lesson? So anytime you create a test lesson or a Blend Space lesson and you leave this open for all resources, that means that anybody can go and search, find this, and modify it and create it their own. Which that's the idea of education, right? We want to be able to collaborate with other teachers around the world on concepts. Don't reinvent the wheel. So this is a really good tool to use. Only public resources, Google uploads, Dropbox. You can set it up like that, so anybody trying to copy can't copy it, or none. You can create it so it's solely yours. So nobody else can copy it. And then collaborate. This is really cool because you can have multiple students working on the same project. So I can add co-authors just by inserting their username or email address, or I can just give them this link. So if I have a class and I want to send out an email to students, tell them to check their email, click on the link, and they're automatically, once they log in, enrolled into this Blend Space, and they can start collaborating and creating stuff. So again, this has been Blend Space. It's a really cool and neat tool to use for online digital lesson planning. But not only that, but more than that, we can actually create digital portfolios of student works if we wanted to. Really, the sky's the limit when you're talking about Blend Space. Bringing in these different resources and really getting a feel of a project, requiring students to find X amount of videos on a topic, or just explain a topic further using a Google Doc or a picture, photography, anything really. So check out Blend Space. It's free, easy to use. If you have any questions, let me know, and in the next video what we're going to do is just walk through an example of actually creating a Blend Space. All right? So thanks. This is the intro for Blend Space. This has been Mr. Korb. Remember to follow me on Twitter at Mr. J. Korb, and check out the other tech tools. All right. Peace out. Have a good day.